Hey, everybody, how are we doing today?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to yet another edition of the Matt and Joe Show.
This time, it's a kind of a special episode. This is the first. We are actually both sitting in the same area, broadcasting in Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, yeah, a brief visit during the Rona times, but, you gotta do what you've gotta do.
Absolutely. So, before we start, just want to give a quick shout-out to our buddy John and his fiance Kiki. How's it going out there? Hope you're listening. Doing well.
And John, I hope you got your test back and don't have Rona. I hope you are completely Rona-free.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers and toes crossed, unless that's too many things crossed, in which case, maybe just one.
You can never have enough things crossed.
All right, well then maybe I'll cross my legs
I don't know the superstition behind it, yeah.
Yeah, neither do I, but, it's one of those weird things. So tonight, on a very special episode, I believe we're just going to shoot the breeze, talk about some things that's been happening in the past couple weeks, the lovely talking sessions.
Yeah, absolutely. So just kind of a natural back and forth. We're just going to see what happens.
Absolutely. Maybe things might get just a little weird.
All right, well, you want to start things off? I know you had a bit of an experience you've been wanting to share with the world.
Oh, absolutely. It's been painfully delightful. And when I mean delightful, I mean it's the exact opposite. It's terrible, worse. So, Matt, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Have you ever had to deal with a customer service over the phone?
Yes.
And how do you think it went? Did it go well?
Usually it goes well. It's I would say 99% of the time it goes well. It'll depend on the situation. I can't remember a particular time it went bad.
Well, have you had any bad times that you can think of?
Oh, okay. We had a bit of a technical hiccup. Sorry about that, folks. AT&T was usually a bad time for me, just in general. I can't remember a particularly good time I've had with them.
Big oof. Well, I mention this because earlier last week, I was doing my father a solid. I'm not going to mention any providers or companies, but let me give you the gist of this. My father just paid for his cell phone, his service. So he paid for his cell phone, for the next month. The month starts and, for some reason his phone does not want to pick up any signal. It's not that there's no signal in the area. It's checks his iPhone, goes to settings, goes to cellular, and finds a big fat error message. And my father, not being entirely too tech savvy, asks me, "Hey son, can you look at this? My phone has been working for the past couple days." And I go, "Yeah, sure, why not? I'm a good son. I can do this." Tech support. Reset the phone, check the phone, do basically all your odds and ends that you can think of. Even look online to find out, hey, why is my phone not working? Anyways, it gets to the point where I just go, you're going to have to call it in. I don't know what to do. So the next day, my dad calls it in. Then, guess what? How long do you think he stood or how long he was on the phone with the provider?
Because I've already heard this story for the most part, so I don't want to, place your bets in the comments section below.
All right, 3, 2, 1, bets are on. He was on the phone with them for about an hour 45. Not your standard time, hold, wait for service, customer reps, and all that jazz. Standard. However, the issue was not resolved. So I thought I would take a swing at it when the next day. So, we'll just get to the spark notes. Called his provider, explained the situation in great detail, because I like to be very detailed when these things arise, just so that way it's easier for me. Turns out, they don't understand the nature of the situation and cannot point it out. So they just presume that, it's not our, the service we're providing, almost slipped up and said the provider, it's not our service, you should go contact Apple because it's an iPhone. And contact Apple and everything that they troubleshoot me with is clear on their end. So basically I'm playing phone tag between one provider and the maker of the phone, which, realistically it's one of those things where you just imagine that it would be, oh hey, we can contact for you and, make it all work. Anyways, after in total 4 hours and 8 minutes, because I was talking to you for most of this time.
It's true.
Or, I'm not gonna lie, I am a very cheery, happy, outgoing person. However, I'm not.
Oh, this man was absolutely on fire the entire time.
Fumed, because it got to the point where I actually scared my mother for a little bit.
Wow.
Because she's in the room and because I have it on speaker. She's in the room with me, and I'm obviously talking to them, and she can just see like the vein popping on my neck and like my eye twitching, because I've explained it to 3 other customer reps, and they've tossed me around like, oh, well, you have to go talk to tech support. We'll just transfer you over. Please don't transfer me over. I just want to get this issue resolved. After giving me the runaround for hours, eventually I snap, and let's just say, needless to say, nothing bad happened, of course. They couldn't figure it out. They couldn't solve it. So I decided, screw it. I'll just give them a new phone. It's done. Service is done. Whatever. So leave a comment or your story of really bad customer support service or just anything of the nature, because I'm not going to lie. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's experienced this, and I think these stories are pretty good. I may not be doing it doing it now in a very calm state. If I did this off the cuff when it was happening live, oh man, I think a whole village might have burned.
It's probably a really good thing we didn't do it, because you wanted to record that evening.
I wanted to record that evening, and after coming back to my apartment and everything else, and just being and Jesus Christ, I think this is gonna be just me complaining podcast.
I'm down for it though.
Get this off your chest podcast. So waiting for the train to go back to my apartment. I believe I told you this too, that this one gentleman who may or may not have been homeless, who did not have a mask on, by the way, got really close to me while waiting for the train. And at first, I was just like, dude, I'm not in the mood. I spent all day dealing with my dad's phone issue, and now this clown is gonna come into my space. And at first, he just asks, hey, do you know what time the train is? And I looked at my watch or whatever. I'm like, yeah, it's like, I don't know, like 2:15 or some shit. And he's like, cool. And then I thought, all right, cool. All right, conversation's over. Put my headphones back in. Go back to what I'm doing. The dude decides to move in closer. So instead of being like, I don't know, like a couple meters away, or like, I don't know, like 10 feet away, the guy moves in to where he's like standing right next to me. And my parents like dropped me off at the train station, but like they can still see me. And my dad can tell that this guy is getting very close. And his boy is getting very salty, but being very polite as to, like, hi, you okay? Leave me alone.
Yeah.
And on the inside, I'm like, oh, the fire was stoked.
He's getting ready to throw fisticuffs.
Because, dude, like, I was not in the mood. I was in no mood for this nonsense. Let's just say that was not the most stellar, awesome day. It was something. It was something else.
I can understand that. See, I could go on about like public transportation. That's like constantly a nightmare. Let's see. I don't really have any bad. Well, I do have one bad story about. It's a little anticlimactic, but it involves my the day I realized that the public bus system is not to be trusted. No matter where you're at. Yeah,
no, don't trust like that.
I was trying to get to work because I was running like 30 minutes behind when I usually left. Like, this was like years ago, while I was in college. So I was just getting out of class, trying to get to work, and I thought I'd be like 30 minutes early because I catch the bus. I'm sure I have the right schedule. I'm sure I'll be on time. Nope, 2 hours late. Moral of the story is never trust the bus system unless you know for a fact what their schedule is. And even then, honestly, sometimes like...
Nah, man, I'm not a bus guy myself.
Yeah.
It's one of those things, even before like Rona and all that stuff, no, man. The subways, I understand, they're gross, they're disgusting, they're vile, but they're necessary.
As long if they're reliable transportation. City buses are very seldom reliable transportation.
I avoid them at all costs if I can. Sometimes, unfortunately, they just slip in there, and I'm very much upset about it every time. It is not cool.
Let's see. I think the only other real story I have is the time I was trying to get back from one side of town to the other, and the bus stops at one of its main stops, and a guy dressed as like an actual literal clown.
Actual like 2016 with the clown sightings.
Pretty much.
Oh shit! Yo, hold on. Just saying. Leave a comment down below if you think that 2020 should be the year that we bring back the clowns. Clown sightings back 2020. Let's do it. I'm pro clown.
As long as they wear masks, I'm fine with that.
As opposed to what? As opposed to what? So you're accepting of a clown wearing just a mask, no trousers? Like, you gotta be a little more specific here.
Well, this is Florida, so a clown not wearing trousers is not out of the realm of possibility. Let's be real.
Oh, sorry, I completely derailed you from your clowns. Had a little clown moment.
No, that's not much of there's not much of a climax going on there either. Basically, for the entire, 30-40 minute ride from one side of town to the other, this clown is just staring at me. Like, this man he did not have a good day. Like, a bad day at Clown Academy, I guess. Maybe not enough room in the little clown van. The one with the wind-up key.
Oh my god, absolutely.
20 of his comrades are in there with him.
Clown comrades.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, that's
this
amazing.
Man is staring me down like I deserve to die. Like, I insulted his mother, and, I just immediately deserve to die right then.
Are you afraid of clowns?
No, not really.
I know a few people that are afraid of clowns. Truthfully, I don't get it. I've been explaining that, it's something that's creepy or whatever. It's, it's weird that the guy's doing whatever, the clown and the clown stuff and clown magic. And I don't get that. I really don't. It's just a fella or lady with clown mask and face. That's it.
Do you have any irrational phobias? Do you have any irrational fears?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head, except for if I'm in a room with the sock monkey has to face the opposite way. Can't face me. And I don't think that's a fear. That's just a bugaboo. I don't know what it is. I just don't want them looking at me.
Fair.
Yeah, I think they might have creeped me out as a child, and then growing up, I was just kind of like, all right, I don't hate them. I don't dislike them. They're just kind of weird, but I don't want them looking at me.
Yeah, that's fair.
What about you?
I don't know if this is an irrational fear or on an official capacity. But I can't be by myself in a room with a TV off for too long, or if it's either silent, I can't deal with that.
You need some white noise?
Yeah,
I got you.
Or not even white noise, just noise in general. I either need YouTube in the background. I'll turn on the TV. I don't even care what I'm watching.
Are you afraid that the girl from The Ring is going to just pop out of the TV?
Oh my god.
On all hands and fours?
Actually,
wow.
Actually, funny story. I was actually a child and laying in
No
bed.
way! Ladies and gentlemen, Matt was at one point a child.
Yeah,
you heard it
revelation, yeah. Bet you didn't know that. But no, I was a child laying in bed one morning. And I don't know, looking back, I think it was just, how old TVs had alarm set? You can set an alarm on the TV so it'll turn on at a specific time.
I know of the feature, but growing up, we did not have that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was set looking back, but no kidding, this TV turned on, while I was alone in this room in the dark.
Oh, no.
And it was I don't even remember, a graphic of, a thunderstorm, and it was super loud for no reason. Then it turned back off.
Jesus Christ!
And I think that messed me up. I think that
I'm a little messed up.
It scarred me for life.
Well, speaking of childhood stuff, were you a fan of dinosaurs growing up? Were you pro dinosaur?
Oh, every child, everybody is. I thought.
I don't trust them if they don't like dinosaurs.
Yeah.
But as a child, I loved dinosaurs. I had little figures of dinosaurs. I would draw dinosaurs. I wanted to be a dinosaur. Dinosaurs were in.
Which dinosaur did you want to be?
Oh, dude, Velociraptor. Or T-Rex, either one. To me, as long as I had sharp teeth, about it.
That's fair.
But anyways, going back to the days of youth, I remember that at one point my parents put me to sleep, but I knew that they were they said that they were going to watch Jurassic Park. VHS, wholesome movie, great movie. I wouldn't say wholesome. Anyways, I knew they were watching it, and me being a young little youth who did not want to go to bed at like early was like, I don't want to go to bed. I'm just gonna sneak up and watch it. So at one point, I just remember like pretending to be asleep, playing playing possum for a while, and then waiting a bit. The next thing you know, I heard like a dinosaur in the movie, and I was like, oh, this is great. And I thought I was being completely sneaky. I thought I was doing a very good job with this. So I got out of bed, went a little pat, 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 pat around my room, and I opened the door just enough so I can pop my melanin and watch the TV from my room, from the living room. And I'm sure my parents must have heard me because I was definitely making noises seeing the dinosaurs on the movie. Anyways, this is my first time seeing it. And then when the T-Rex steps out of the paddock, chases, I believe, Jeff Goldblum, and he like knocks over like the bathroom and eats the lawyer, that messed me up. Because I thought dinosaurs were all friendly and awesome and cool. You know, like doing cool stuff. Next thing you know, seeing a dinosaur eat a person. Yeah, that was a strange time, and clearly that scared the hell out of me, and I ran back to my room, and then my parents definitely knew I was up because they're like, oh, what the fuck is that? Like, and that messed me up because then I'd have reoccurring dinosaur dreams where I'd get eaten by various dinosaurs, and it was definitely not a good time.
That's rough.
Absolutely.
What else? What other, yeah, so I think I remember being... I think I was like 9 or 10. I don't remember exactly, but the first Scream movie.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Yeah, debatable. Oof. That's one of those movies that did not age very well.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No way. I have to settle that right now. Well, not now, but we'll have to settle that.
Yeah, that's not really the point.
Okay.
So I actually watched. I don't remember exactly what like the deal was, but you know, the girl inside her house talking to Ghostface on the phone.
Yeah.
And then Ghostface like turns on the porch light, and it's like her boyfriend with like a bunch of bombs strapped around him. Yeah. You know what scene I'm talking about,
yep.
Right?
Classic.
Yeah. That messed me up too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whoops. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I had nightmares for like a month.
Oh, God.
About watching that exact thing.
Do you have turns out some people don't dream. I know a few people that are like good friends of mine and been friends of mine for years. Mm-hmm. They say that sleeping to them is them shutting their eyes, darkness, and then it's them opening them. Or it's just one shuts eyes, opens eyes, and there's no time lost in between, but clearly 8 or whatever hours goes by.
I kind of transition between the two. I think it depends. And I think, and I don't know if you put any stock into this, but there's like a theory that how you sleep and what kind of dreams you have depends on what you eat the night before.
I've heard some things about that because I am into that kind of stuff, and as well as nutrition. And it's very interesting. However, I don't put too many eggs into that one basket just because I've had plenty of weird dreams throughout the course of my life and still do. And it's always funny when I tell my friends or like whoever about my dreams because they're always like, what are you? And I'm just like, I don't know. I just shut my eyes and then something weird, awesome happens. And then when I tell people about it, they're like, you need to like take this down a notch. I'm like, I'm as calm as I can be. I'm asleep. Like I can't do anything else than that.
So, I don't know, kind of relatable because my fiance and I like we typically like wake up and like share what kind of dreams we have if we have dreams, and she has like how can I describe them? Relatively normal dreams most of the time about like family and friends, like just doing like relatively normal stuff. And then I turned to her, I was like, oh, I had a kind of a weird dream, too. It's like, I had a dream where, like, I was, like, riding a lion into a golden sunset. Like, the Stay Puft Marshmallow from Ghostbusters was there.
Before I want to get into my dreams, but I feel like that's going to take a whole episode itself.
Probably.
So, I'm sorry to get you to whet your appetite to a little teaser right there, but dreams are definitely something that are very interesting, especially because some people that are quote unquote psychologists, which no hate to psychologists, I'm just saying that some people like take dream analysis way too seriously, where I just go, I had a weird dream that I was a marshmallow, and they're like, oh, that's because like your parents never loved you, and I'm like, well, all right, and they're like, yeah, a spongy exterior of a marshmallow means you have no love, and I'm like, all right, just had a dream that was.
Was
really
that an
weird.
example you just came up with, or
Yes,
is that
no,
okay?
Oh no, I have no idea if that's true or not. My high school principal made a slogan that, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was stupid at the time, but now thinking about it now, and in today's climate, I think it makes a lot of sense. The slogan was, "Don't be a marshmallow, be a Spartan," because our mascot was the Spartans.
Okay.
You know, like the Greek warriors of old.
Mm-hmm.
In case you didn't know. No. Anyways, so I just thought of that, and marshmallow just kind of went right into the old noggin there.
Fair. Well, that's cool.
Oh
shoot! What? Yeah.
Sorry, you just reminded me.
No, I had nothing.
No, you reminded me of since we're talking about customer service and stuff, being on the opposite end and me being the customer service serviceman. Because spoiler alert, in case we didn't mention it before, Matt and I met when we both worked for the big old mouse himself,
Big
here
cheese.
in Orlando, and when the moment this happened, because we worked in the same area, the moment this happened, I told him that very same day, along with the rest of our friends, that working in the park, having a good old time, a guest comes up to me, and my leader. Sorry, wrong terminology. Came up to me and the leader I was talking with, and she comes and asks us, excuse me, do you know where Tom Selleck Island is? And both me and the leader both look at each other and go, excuse me, do you mean Tom Sawyer Island? And she's like, no, I was told specifically that there's a Tom Selleck Island here. And but both of him and I think that this is some sort of joke, and I pull out the park map that's right in front of me and open it up, and I go, this, I can direct you to Tom Sawyer Island, which closes in about, 2 hours, but, Tom Selleck Island is not a thing. And she was so bummed out about it. I ruined her whole park experience because Tom Selleck Island, I couldn't manifest for her. And then I started thinking about it. What would Tom Selleck's Island, one, be doing at Walt Disney World? And two, what the hell would be on that island?
It's just a plot of land with, a bronze Tom Selleck statue there and a bunch of beach chairs around it. That's all. Imagineers get to work.
Imagineers get to work. You know, that's where the real money is.
Yeah, exactly.
Actual fake Tom Selleck.
The real Disney fans want to see Tom Selleck.
Hey, Tom Selleck's a pretty awesome dude, but I don't know if I would pay paper money to go to a park just to see a bronze.
Well, clearly some people would.
But the thing is, if it wasn't for the fact that, well, I'll tell you his name off air. If it wasn't, well, you know what it was. Yeah. You can't tell, but he's shaking his head.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the fact that, he was with me, dude, nobody would believe me that this person genuinely asked for Tom Selleck Island.
Though, let's be real, any of our, any fellow cast members or ex-cast members, you guys already know the deal. You know, you really can't make this stuff up.
Yeah, you get asked plenty of strange things, and you smile, and you answer it to the best of your ability, and that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, pretty much.
But sometimes you just gotta take a step back and just go, what? I just can't.
Just wait till they breathe, till they leave, and just exhale through your nose. It's the best you can do in a tight situation.
And wave. No, it was just one of those interactions when I was on the other end of being in customer service, where I was dumbfounded. I didn't know what to do.
Oh, I could. We don't really have time this episode, but I could go into some customer service stories. I've been in the customer service sector for way longer than I've ever thought I would. Let's see. Because I left the military in 2012. 8 years. 8 years of customer service total. And boy, I have some stories. We'll have to get to those in another episode. Just don't have the time right now.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there's the airing of grievances. You're a fan of Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
All right, I say we're pretty much doing a pre-Festivus. Festivus in July is pretty much what we're doing. Just the airing of grievances. There's no poll here, but it's okay. We'll make do.
Oh, we got this lamp right here.
All right, hello, lamp. I love lamp. And if anyone can comment below what movie quote that is, as stupid of a quote it is, I'll be very much impressed, and you might get one crisp thumbs up.
Oh, by the way, any movie recommendations before we go?
Oh, absolutely. So Matt and I just got done watching the 2008 hit Thanksgiving.
It's an 11 out of 10 in my book. Mwah, chef's kiss.
So for those of you who don't know, it is purposely bad. It's I believe this is my second or third time seeing it, and I believe the online review for it was delightfully awful or charmingly awful, something along those lines. But if you love those really cheesy, stupid, idiot horror movies that you just want to laugh at because they're so bad, I highly recommend this.
It's Nightmare on Elm Street, but with turkey.
Pretty much, yeah, talking killer turkey.
Yeah.
Also, did some of the language, I'm not gonna lie, it did not age well, but it is what it is.
I don't it's really a time capsule into the mid-late 2000s, honestly.
Yeah, but with a nice modest budget of $3,500, you get exactly what they paid for.
Yeah, pretty much. You can really tell what their budget went into, though. If we keep getting their name out, maybe they can start recouping.
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe they can start running at a green. Maybe make a sequel.
Or what's the fourth? It'd be the fourth.
Oh yeah.
They skipped their own sequel and went straight for the third. So technically, the third's their sequel.
Oh boy, we can also get into other bad movies. Particularly horror movies. Poor horror movies have a propensity to be really bad.
But that's
for no
some
reason.
of the charm, though. There is some people like myself who want to watch a horror movie, and if it's bad, you'll still enjoy it because if it's that bad, it's laughable. It's a comedy. It turns from a horror to an insta-comedy, Halloween comedy.
You're not wrong. But yeah, that'll definitely be another episode because I have things to say about that for sure. But any final thoughts, Joe? Your final thoughts?
Thoughts of this evening are going to be, let's see. I think I'm more of a fan of brown rice with my Chinese food than white rice. That's that thought.
That's a good thought.
That is indeed a thought. Take that to the bank.
Yep. And we love you guys. We love all of you guys that are listening, and
we thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome that you're tuning in. Right at the time we're recording, we're having a little bit of an issue with our Facebook page, but we hope to get back up soon. But in the meantime, if you're listening to this, feel free to spread the word to all of your family and friends. I'm sure we can. We've got something of interest for everybody. So
yeah. It's got a little gift from us to you.
Yeah.
Christmas in July is a real thing. That's my final thought, actually. Take that, roommate Larry. He thinks that Christmas only belongs in December. No time else prior or after. That is unequivocally false.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's fair.
Mic drop. Catch you next time.
We're not going to drop this microphone. But yeah, have a great day, folks. Enjoy yourselves. Wear your masks. We love you.
Have a
Be
good
safe.
one.
Good night.